Yo, what is up, guys? Follis here. Today I'm going to be doing something slightly different. I'm going to be talking you through a trade that I took. This was a ZIL short. This was an interesting trade. For those of you who were watching me back in April, you might remember that was the month that I was fading alts. As we get into the chart, you'll see that ZIL was pretty strong on the day. I think it was up 13 or 14% off the lows. However, this was in kind of choppy market conditions. As you can see from my watch list on the right, the vast majority of coins were in the red. So I was looking to get involved. I didn't see any fundamental reasons why ZIL should have been pumping. It looked more like a short squeeze to me, potentially something that would reverse. So as you can see here, we do have bearish order flow on the M5. So I was effectively looking for continuation of that bearish order flow towards new lows. There was an H1 FEG below the daily low that had not yet been tagged. And I just felt that if there was some buy-side liquidity sweep followed by an obvious rejection, that it could be a good place to get involved on the short side of the contract. It would be an asymmetric bet, good or targeting the lows. As you can see, I'm marking out my liquidity level here. The sweep that I wanted, we got. Then I zoom into the M1, and I'm effectively looking for signs of obvious rejection. And those of you who've watched my streams before know that this can take shape in a few different ways. It could be an M1 break of structure. It could just be a series of M1 wicks. It could be a distribution schematic on the ultra low time frame, the M1, the M2, the M3. In this case, we didn't get an obvious break of structure, but what we did get was a pretty clear rejection after sweeping that high, and a little bit of a sell-off that showed me that buyers were stepping out and sellers were stepping in. So you'll see here that I had a level that I wanted to get involved. I saw that price came to it, and I quickly limited it with my stop above the high. And as you see here, the setup on TradingView, I was targeting this H1 FEG, looking for price to put in a new low on the daily. Small position, I think at the time, I wasn't so comfortable trading larger positions on stream. So straight away, we get a really strong move here off the lows. The entry we got was pretty perfect. Now, I remember at the time, I had been pretty tilted, actually. Once I saw that we swept those relatively equal lows and started bouncing. At the time, I was pretty annoyed with myself because at one point on the stream, I had said that I might exit on a sweep of the equal lows. Instead, I stayed in looking for something deeper. As you can see, it was a pretty tiny position, so I didn't mind pushing the boat out a little bit in the hope of securing some additional P&L. But that turned out to be maybe not the best decision from a trade management perspective as price started coming back against me. This is actually a position that I hate being in. When there's an obvious liquidity target and you don't go for it, price takes that level and then starts reversing against you. It can make the trade management side of things very difficult because you're kicking yourself saying, why didn't I close? Why am I now allowing for price to come back against me and potentially hurt my or potentially cause me to close early, which is even worse, before the actual move down. This trade was aided by the fact that it was a pretty tiny position, so the emotional management side of things wasn't too tough. I really don't mind round tripping, effectively less than a $5,000 position. So I think this is around the time that I finished the stream, called it a day, had my levels in place, and just let the trade play out. And of course, as these things often do, about 30 minutes later, price nuked and hit my TP for 4.5 OR, which I was super happy with. Of course, that did happen off screen, so we didn't exactly get the jubilation and celebration that comes with hitting a trade like that live. But yeah, you see here, this was my entry, this was my TP. It all worked out pretty smoothly in the end. Could have gone even lower, but that was the setup. Happy to take it. And actually, I posted a chart a couple of days later. Price bounced pretty hard after taking that low. So I was happy to get out there and take my 4.5 OR. So yeah, this was an interesting one. And I think the market conditions at the time were such that these kinds of fades had a really high hit rate. Effectively looking for an alt that was pumping in otherwise choppy market conditions, potentially an otherwise red market. You would look for a high time frame liquidity sweep or an imbalance to get filled, and then signs of rejection on the low time frame. And I think if you looked to get involved at that point, the trade would effectively give you some great OR to the downside, easy invalidation, and a very obvious sell side target in a new structural low. It was a nice trade ultimately. Pity I didn't get the TP live, but as I said, it did happen shortly off camera once the stream ended. So yeah, if you like this kind of content, let me know and I'll do more. Likes and subs are always appreciated. Big love to everyone supporting the channel so far. And I'll catch you guys next time. Take it easy. Bye.